ravine up a little ways. It's going to bank right. You're going to see what looks like a big stack of rocks on the edge of the ravine.
Oh,
okay. Totem Pole Pinnacle is a solid rock, and it has been etched out to look like that. Wind, rain, erosion. Now, from the base to the top, that is actually standing 7 stories tall.
Wow. It seems like it.
Yeah, it doesn't even look that far though.
Now, your total distance from the bottom to the top is 2.7 miles.
Wow.
And in 1964 is when Benefit and Robert Nordhaus decided to start construction here. This project actually was a $2 million project and a 2-year project. The maiden voyage was May 7th, 1966.
We're down there, it looks like all sorts of crazy. It doesn't even look like tall though.
I feel like cool breeze until it's getting cooler.
Look at that one. You can tell that one.
Isn't that crazy? All this rocks right here.
Look at that one. Look at whoa. Oh my gosh.
You can look that way to the way down.
Oh, okay.
Getting it pretty high up.
Our second tower is 80 feet tall and has 40 feet in the granite mountain. This tower was built by helicopter, guys. 3,000 helicopter trips were made for Tower 2. There was an additional 2,000 trips for the rest of the project. Now you guys up front are going to get a really close look at those rocks, and you might imagine that if you pick your feet up for me just a tiny bit, that will help.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that.
Okay, we're going to have a little dip onto the end.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
God. Because we're attached to those cables. See the cables in the sky, the lines?
If you look forward, or look right here by me, guys, you can see the other car passing.
That one's going back.
One gets pulled up, one gets pulled down. This is halfway. Oh, it looks like it's going really fast. That's an illusion.
Look at this.
Whoa.
Now we're actually going to slow down right here, guys, while the other car goes over the tower. Right below us is Big Canyon. Big Canyon happens to be your highest point off the ground with us today. This is 962 feet, or 7.8
That could like all of us.
I like that thought. No.
That's too long.
Now we don't have any more towers to go, guys, so this is all considered free span. We are the 3rd longest in the world and the longest in North America. Our distance from the 2nd tower to the top is 1.5 miles of free span.
Who are the 2 other longest?
Free span, 1.7 miles in Innsbruck, Austria, and 2 miles in Chamonix, France.
Very good, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, we started out with the high desert, guys, you know, okay, the cactus yuck and all that. But when we came over the 2nd tower, the vegetation changed. The vegetation change is a climate zone. So we went through a 2nd climate zone with scrub oak and ponderosa pines on the mountain. Right now, we're going through a third climate zone because we're adding juniper, spruce, and aspen trees. That was just delicious. Like aspirin? I did. I like that.
Oh, look at it.
It's 56 degrees right now.
So 90% of our mountain is granite, and that granite, so the geologists tell me, is 1,400,000,000 years old. Now, you guys can see that pink color in the granite? Well, that is coming from a mineral called feldspar. And about 15 minutes before sunset, we get a pretty awesome event out of that. The light will reflect off this mountain, and this whole mountain range turns dark pink. At that point, the Sandias looks just like a big slice of watermelon. Okay, especially if you're on your second margarita. Now, Sandia means watermelon in Spanish, guys. Now, opposite of me on top of the mountain, you're going to see a white rim. And that is a thin layer of limestone, and that's 10% of our mountain. That is 300 million years old. Now, where the granite and the limestone meet, there's literally a line there, and the geologists call that line the big unconformity. Now, before we had a mountain here, guys, this was all underwater. We had a shallow ancient sea here. Then the earth started to thin and pull apart, and it caused the plates to shift. That caused the rift that pushed up the mountain. Sitting on top of the limestone, you are going to find the ancient seabed. So we're going to have fossils of ancient sea life in the limestone over 10,000 feet in the air. Now, if I get everybody, I'm going to actually point everybody. We're going to look opposite of me. We're going to look back and over. See a very far point over there. And you're going to see on that point a building. You're going to see a kid standing on top of the building. Because that's what we have to do when we get on it. This is a shelter that was built in the early 30s. And it was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. And we call it Kiwanis Cabin. Now, I have a building in front of you. That's the visitor center, restrooms, water fountains, all kinds of cool information. All the way down the stairs to the left, we have the High Finance Restaurant. Now, guys, between the visitor center and the restaurant, halfway, look to your right, and you're going to find a staircase going down to this chair lift. Now, if you show them your tram ticket, you can get a discounted price for riding the chair all the way down to the ski area and back. And it's really cool. A couple weeks ago I did it and I saw deer. We had a couple ladies do it. They had a bear walk right underneath them while they were on the chair. Got to take a picture of the bear. Now at the bottom you can also get off, and there is a grill down there. They bring in their French chef Guy down here to do breakfast and lunch at the bottom. Guys get to stay up here as long as you want, catching your tram back down. We're going to have a little bump right here, guys. We are running back to back right at the moment. I'm pretty sure that's the way it's going to be all day. It can be back to back up to 15 minutes, but like I said, I don't see that happening today.